Abigail has just hit cinemas today as I'm recording this review here in the UK, once again directed by Matt Bettinelli-Olpin and Tyler Gillett. Now this movie, it stars a pretty star-studded cast which we'll get into, and I will say after getting home from watching this, I had a good time. Hey everyone, what's going on? Welcome to the channel and thank you so much for taking your own time out to check out this review. Whether you're new or returning, thank you so much. Now, in terms of Abigail, I saw the trailer. I actually checked this out with my partner Emma tonight, and I was hoping for a good time. I've been hearing this is getting mostly good reviews, whereas my partner Emma knew nothing about this movie whatsoever going into it. So, of course, we had two different expectations and two levels of anticipation as such, as I knew about the movie and she didn't. Now, this stars Alisha Weir. We've got Melissa Barrera, Kathryn Newton, Dan Stevens. And if you're wondering, okay, well, Mike, what is Abigail all around? Well, it focuses on a group of criminals who kidnap a 12-year-old ballerina who is very talented, and they hold her ransom for 24 hours, and they're going to get a big payout at the end of it. However, little do they know, she's actually a vampire. I know this is a reimagining of Dracula's daughter. I've never seen that for context, so I can't compare the two and the similarities, if there's any at all. But what I will say is, after finishing this one, I had a good time. Let's go into some positives right at the bat. There's a lot of practical effects used throughout, which I think is really good and really blood splattering on the screen, to the point where it also gets on cameras and then the lens goes all bloody. But it also made it a bit more impactful for in that moment when the blood does just splurt out on the screen, and we get these moments where the actresses and actors are just covered in blood, and I can't imagine that was maybe fun for them to an extent, but as the audience we're like, yeah, great, give us more of that. I think the performances all around are good. Everyone knows what kind of movie that they're in. I would definitely say the standout for me though was Alisha Weir. Now, this is a very young, talented actress whose career I have followed so far. Believe it or not, I've actually seen all of her movies. Yeah, she's only been in 3. I mean, she was in Matilda the Musical, Wicked Little Letters, and now Abigail. But she's definitely a promising young actress, and I definitely think she's got a bright future ahead of her. Besides that, you've got good cinematography on play. Of course, the movie is well shot, like the Scream movies, because these guys did those movies. Yeah, you know, of course, it looks good. It's got some nice wide shots, so we get like an in-depth location look at how big this place actually is, where they're holding this 12-year-old girl kidnapped. Just had a good time. This movie was a lot of fun, especially going into the second and third act where this movie really picked up. It definitely had a lot of fun elements where you can just sit back, relax, maybe have some popcorn, and then just enjoy the blood and the horror commence as the movie wants to give you. However, with all of that said, this movie does have two big glaring negatives. Firstly, the ending. I wasn't a huge fan of it. Now, it wasn't terrible, don't get me wrong, but they make a choice towards the end, and I was just like, did we really need this character here? That's all I'm going to say without spoilers. So I wasn't huge on that personally, but also the other big negative for me is the first half an hour. This movie is very much a snail's pace, that first half an hour. Don't get me wrong, I appreciate they try to give us character development. I appreciate that they try to give us a little bit of backstory about these characters and about these 6 individuals who we're going to be following, but they give us that, but you don't ultimately care about those characters, and they give you very little to go on to really root and care for them as the 3-act structure commences. I just didn't find myself invested whatsoever. My partner Emma, at that point, she was like, I was feeling a little bit checked out. Of course, the second and third act saved it both for us, and we had a really great time with that, but that first initial act, it's not great. This movie could have generally been trimmed down 20 minutes, and because of that, get rid of a lot of the character development stuff, because we really don't need it by the time we get towards the end. Just get us more to the point of this vampire and of these deaths, which is what we came here to see. So my overall rating for Abigail would be a 3 to a 3.5 out of 5 stars. But have you guys seen this one? Are you going to check it out? Let me know down below in the comment section so we can continue the discussion down there. If you've enjoyed this video, certainly give it a thumbs up. I do also give a big thank you to all my awesome Patreons who help to really support the channel. If you're not part of Patreon, join by the link down below in the description box. The membership's only from £2 per month. In the meantime, if you haven't clicked these videos over here, be sure to click those videos and check out more content from the channel. But until the next time that I see you guys, I'll be seeing you later.